opens War Memorial. Narendra Modi opens War Memorial. National War Memorial near India Gate in Delhi. It's a very good thing to recognize the efforts of the soldiers. So, National War Memorial. Particularly, National War Memorial was constructed at the sea hexagon near India Gate to honor 45,000 soldiers who have laid down their lives since independence. Since independence in India, 25,000 soldiers have laid down their life or become martyrs. To honor them, Narendra Modi have inaugurated War Memorial near India Gate, New Delhi. It's really good. Next important thing, India got Oscar for a documentary. Oscar for Indian documentary film. The film is Period End of Sentence. Period End of Sentence. So it is an uplifting the cause of women and how women's basic biological needs should be respected. So it was simple, but we have to remember this, a simple concept, but a concept touching the human lives, particularly women's lives, have received a Oscar for a best documentary film. Period. End of the sentence. Unease in Arunachal Pradesh. In Arunachal Pradesh, we have an issue. Arunachal Pradesh have basically 180 indigenous groups. Arunachal Pradesh, the state of Arunachal Pradesh, have basically 180 indigenous groups. Most of them are tribals. Most of them are tribals. And recently, Arunachal Pradesh government approved permanent residency certificates to 6 indigenous groups. Approved permanent residency certificates to 6 indigenous groups. And 18 indigenous groups, mostly tribals, almost all of them are tribal groups, are against this. Now, Arunachal Pradesh is under crisis issue. And these 18 groups are countering the government institutions. Even they went to CM's house, deputy CM's house. They don't want to extend this permanent residency certificates to indigenous groups. So, government have taken a call on this previously and have constituted a commission. Based on the commission's report, various commissions are constituted. Those who are staying in Arunachal Pradesh before 1968. 1968 has been taken as a deadline year and they have got permanent residency certificate. What does this permanent residency certificate mean? Social welfare schemes, employment benefits and other benefits. The problem of already permanent residency certificate holders is, if other groups are involved in permanent residency certificate, they will lose their jobs, they might have to give their share in the social welfare schemes, etc. So Arunachal Pradesh is now fighting for this issue, the issue called permanent residency certificates. Next important thing that was used is Article 35A. Article 35A. Proceedings started in Supreme Court. Proceedings started in Supreme Court with respect to Article 35A. What is the proceeding in the Supreme Court with respect to Article 35A? Actually, as you all know, Jammu Kashmir was integrated into India according to the instrument of accession signed by Raja Hari Singh. Indian government guaranteed special status to Jammu Kashmir. Article 370 of the Indian Constitution guarantees special status to Jammu Kashmir. Article 370. Article 370 is in temporary, special and transitional provision. Article 370 is in chapter 21, which is temporary, special and transitional. Sheikh Abdullah and Jawaharlal Nehru, they have come to an agreement called Delhi Agreement in 1952. They have come to an agreement called Delhi Agreement in 1952. Based on Delhi Agreement, the then President Babu Rajendra Prasad have issued a presidential order and added Article 35A to the Constitution. The first contention is, can amendment to the Constitution can be carried forward through a presidential order? Can amendment to the Constitution, can it be carried forward through a presidential order? First question. Second question is, this Article 35A speaks about permanent resident status in Jammu Kashmir, the employment rights of only Kashmiris in Kashmir, the immovable property rights. No outsider can purchase immovable property in Kashmir. All these things are involved in Article 35A. Now the context is, first, is it a proper constitutional amendment? Second, disallowing these rights to non-Kashmiris. This allowing these rights to non-Kashmiris means affecting the fundamental rights of other Indians. And third important thing, there is a contention that the center has to annul Article 35A. Means center has to repeal, it has to cancel Article 35A. Will Jammu Kashmir will approve? Already Kashmiri youth, some of them got radicalized. In such a situation, rising of the issue of 35A and annulling 35A will further hurt the sentiments of some Kashmiri youth. They may, and terrorist groups may use this as creating an adverse impact in the minds of Kashmiri youth. So there are some positives and negatives. There is one more problem in the Kashmir constitution, Kashmir permanent residence status. If a Kashmir boy marries, he will continue a non-Kashmiri girl, he will continue to be a Kashmiri citizen. If a Kashmiri girl marries an Indian boy, if a Kashmiri girl marries an Indian boy, she will lose her Kashmiri PR status, permanent resident status. This is also a contention which was raised in the court. So there are various issues with respect to Jammu Kashmir, particularly Article 35A is in use, because Article 35A was added to the Constitution not by Constitutional Amendment but by President's order in 1954. This order is based on Delhi Agreement of 1952, and this is because Sheikh Abdullah is very adamant about giving special status and protecting special status and autonomy to Jammu and Kashmir. So Article 35A is in news. Next important news is, in today's newspaper, you can see forest rights. Very important article today in newspaper is before eviction. The article is about before eviction. See, in the year 2006, we have Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act. In the year 2006, we have Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act. According to the Act, those who are living in forests, depending on forest produce, though they are not scheduled tribes, they can live there, continue there, and the litmus test is they should live there for last 75 years. Based on this act, around 44 lakh people claim that they are dependent on forests. Around 44 lakh people claim that they are depending on forests. But Supreme Court have accepted the claims of only 23 lakh people. Supreme Court have accepted the claims of only 23 lakh people. Now, the other 20 lakh people's lives are in doldrums. Here there is a question. The question is, protection of biodiversity, at the same time the rights of the tribals and traditional forest dwellers. Now about 20 lakh people are facing eviction. They are going to face eviction. By July, they have to vacate the forest. By July 1. But we have to again see, again they may go for review or other petitions. And here, as you all know, there is an experiment in Nagarhole National Park. In Nagarhole National Park, there was an experiment where tribals are given the duty to protect the tigers. Tribals are given the duty to protect the tigers, and there is a proper conservation there. So, if you can integrate human life with wildlife, if you can integrate the interest of human life and wildlife, if you try to converge both of them, definitely we can minimize the conflict between man and animal, and we can maximize that those who wanted to stay as traditional forest dwellers, we can really welcome them. But the problem is, it should not affect the flora, fauna and biodiversity there. This is the meaning of the article. Next is about yesterday we have seen in under construction housing sites, the GST was reduced from 12% to 5%. So now on the housing and other sectors, slightly this might impact in a positive way. Next article is the correct prescription. The correct prescription. This is about e-pharmacies. E-pharmacies means generally we go to medical shop and purchase the drugs, but in the websites and other WhatsApp and other social media and internet, if you try to use your prescriptions, and e-pharmacies will send you door delivery with a discount up to 20%. Now the union belonging to medical shops and traders, they are against this e-pharmacies. But e-pharmacies will bring at competitive prices, first thing. Second thing, one more thing is, they won't deliver the medicines without proper prescription. As you all know, in India, we purchase medicines without proper prescriptions. Even that can be minimized, and overuse of antibiotics can also be minimized. Anything with the technology is always good. So e-pharmacies might bring certain less things also in India. Next important thing is the case of Shamima Begum. The case of Shamima Begum. You all know, few Europeans, including few British youngsters in 2015, 14, 16, etc., even from Kerala, they tried to go and join in IS. They were radicalized. And this Shamima Begum, along with her friends, went to Istanbul and went to Syria. Finally now, she wanted to come back. But according to British citizenship rules, British Nationality Act of 1981, the British government has the power to cancel the citizenship of any citizen of Britain. According to British Nationality Act of 1981. Whether the British government will allow this girl or not again to enter into the Britain as a citizen is a big question. The case of Shamima Begum. Is her radicalization good? The main context is she is not repenting for what she has done. She is not regretting for what she has done. This is the major issue. In the last page of today's newspaper, we have read the entire article on Oscar Awards. Green Book got Best Film Award. Green Book, Best Oscar for Green Book. And there is an important question for films. Hop House, H-O-P-H-O-U-S-E. Earth is becoming hop house. This year, there is a chance that in films or names, you may directly or indirectly made to write on hop house. What is this hop house? They say, scientists recently said, if you emit more and more carbon into the earth, carbon emissions, even the biological systems like trees and other biosources, they will also reach a point where, tipping point where they will also emit the carbons which they are sinking in themselves. So, not even the geobiological spaces will help you, and Earth will become an unlivable planet. So, at that time, the temperatures may rise up to pre-industrial levels, not 2%, not 2% Celsius, but may go up to 8 to 9. So then it is a time where we are going to, humans become unlivable in the earth. So Earth is becoming a hot house. You may get this question, what is a hot house? Hot house means not only greenhouse gases emitted by humans, but also other biological systems, other systems which we depend on, they also emit greenhouse gases. They also go for carbon emissions. Then humans cannot stop it. Humans cannot stop it. Earth will be burning. Earth will be burning. This was hot house effect. Okay, this is a very important question for clips. Okay, done? These are the important current affairs in the newspaper.